Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. I still have goosebumps. Like, holy. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, or you didn't read the title of this video, Harley just launched their 2024 lineup of the new bikes that they brought out. And holy, let me break down what you've missed if you haven't watched the video yet, or even if you have watched their live premiere, let me tell you about the things they didn't tell you about. Honestly, I want to first applaud Harley Davidson for trying to get everybody together. Like, from focusing on a story of a woman first, and like the couple and the family, and trying to bring the different generations and different stories together. That just like sums it up, where I keep saying, like, riding motorcycles is therapeutic. It's not to get like run away, it's like to actually find yourself. And they kept mentioning that multiple times. Okay, but let's dive in of what was actually happening. In case you have missed it too, like, I had like a video created a week ago of like what I'm expecting to see for the 2024 live premiere, and yeah, I was pretty much bang on. So we have an all new street glide, all new road glide, and a couple of new CVOs, including a Pan America CVO. So let me break down what you've missed. Believe it or not, Harley Davidson finally made an all LED headlight for the street light and the road glide happen. Next to the rework of the fairing of both the street light and the road glide, where we have these little cute LEDs in there now, we also have the tail lights to be LEDs now too. Finally, let's be realistic here. But man, as soon as you walk around the bike and sit on it, you have a new freaking huge entertainment system. Like, the screen is about 12 inches big right now, like diagonal, like 12 inches with tons of little gadgets, and it's huge. I haven't checked the fact, but they were mentioning in the video that it's the biggest screen on the market right now. Like, no other competitor has it, which I'm not 1000% sure how true that is. So if you guys know, leave me a comment down below. But it looks great. Like, even the speaker, the entire fairing setup is fantastic on both the street glide and the road glide. And in case you don't know it yet, like, we're in the market to buy a new road glide or street glide, so we might get into the 2024s, but we'll see. If you want to make sure you don't miss it, make sure you hit the subscribe button in the meantime. But yeah, next to the aesthetics, they also put a 117 V-twin Milwaukee 8 engine in there. It's out of the box already a power horse. And also to mention, the road glide is 7.3 kilos lighter than the special last year, and the street glide is even 8.3 kilos lighter than the street glide special last year, which means that plus the bigger engine it's gonna rip. Like, okay, not sure if you can tell, but I'm very excited. And one thing that I actually was afraid of was price, because I had a feeling it would get so much more crazy expensive to make it not affordable anymore at all. However, I was proven wrong. They actually managed to have this bigger bike and melt the standard and the special together and have the price just in between. So they're starting at $31,000 or $32,000 Canadian, and then of course you have the different color options and you have extra charges here and there as usual. But in comparison to last year, the standards were already at $28,000 and specials started at $35,000. So they actually managed to merge together, which I think is a great move on their end, and again makes me even more excited. Honestly, overall I think they knocked it out of the park. Like, even the CVO colors are like between the orange and the black, love it, like really love it. And then even like the white and the black for the STs. And then even like the copper hat. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the copper hat yet. As like on the screen, when you just like show the video, it kind of looks just like brown. However, as soon as you go onto their website and look at the bike itself, it looks a little bit more like that there's a shimmer to it. It actually looks more coppery. So I just can't wait until I see it in person, in the hopes that I will be able to see it in person and make my own opinion then. But honestly, color-wise, scheme-wise, Harley didn't disappoint this year. They really didn't. Like, especially with the CVOs being the 25th anniversary this year, they did a good job. They really did a good job. And on top of it, we now have ride modes. So where like Harley was lagging for a little bit, they introduced it with the Sportster S, but now bringing it back into the baggers as well. We have ride modes now through and through. So all you haters out there that were saying like, oh, like others have it already, like a bigger screen, like more technology, Harley's so far behind. Well, my friends, they're catching up. They're catching up, which I'm very excited about. Let's also mention that there are actually no specials out there anymore. And no STs, except for one exception. But we have only a street light and a rogue light now. No specials, no STs, so they're still gone. However, because you have the 117 engine in there already, there's no need for it. And Harley heard us because they now give us the option between two different trim colors, the chrome and the black, which was always a pet peeve of mine, because if you didn't want to spend as much money to go up to a special and you want to stick with a standard, you were stuck with the chrome. But now you can actually mix and match it, and the colors this year, honestly, it's gonna be a hard one to decide which color we will be going with in case we actually buy a new motorcycle. Overall, I'm super excited about what they came up with. I like the design, I like the flow, I like the fairing, I like honestly, there's nothing, like not just one single thing on the bikes so far that I don't like. That didn't happen before yet. One follower of mine mentioned, oh, maybe we're getting a CVO Pan America. And hell, he was right. We still don't have a standard Pan America, which I also kind of predicted. But we still have a special and the CVO Pan America. And honestly, I am not an adventure biker girl whatsoever. But this bike seems to have it all, between heated grips and like stunning colors, by the way, too. Tons of power and just like the whole package. They were even mentioning it in the video in the premiere that if someone would have told them 10 years ago that Harley Davidson has an adventure bike and on top of it make it as part of the CVO lineup, no one would have believed it, but they did it. And like, even for me, I think this bike looks great. Of course, they also introduced the CVO Rogue Light ST, which seems to be just a monster, honestly. When they introduced it in the video, they even had to like put a little disclaimer on like what they're just about to show, that they're like trained professionals and do not attempt it at home or on the road by yourself. You know what I mean. They honestly, I can't wait to get my hand on one of those. 121 engine. I'm curious to see what the lead times are. Like, how long will it take to actually get your hands on one of those? Okay, but that's it now for this quick summary. Like, watch it yourself. Honestly, the video itself is just so soothing. Just the fact that they, like I said, try to bring the generations together, different age groups, different demographics, like get it all together. And of course, have a boss girl in there. I mean, hell yeah. Well, make sure you watch it yourself too, because it's worth it. It's only like 24 minutes long, so it's not gonna be terrible. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know down below. Let me know if you like them, if you hate them, because as usual, there is no middle ground, usually. So let me know if you love it or hate it and what your opinions are, and I'm happy to read all of those and respond to all of you guys. And yeah, oh, I wanna go right now. Living in Canada in January sucks for that reason. But anyhow, it's coming soon enough, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet, because we're gonna go on many rides this year. Have a beautiful week and see you next time. Bye bye.